Hi, Papaya, and welcome back to more Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm Commander Whale, and today we're going to be entering the Counselor's office back here to go see what the Asari Counselor has for us, and then going and doing whatever she has for us. So, let's see what the Asari need from us, shall we?
I want all remaining files secured and marked for Tentron clearance only. Commander Shepard, thank you for coming.
Did you find something?
The Council has ordered a full review into Donald Udina's activities. We're still piecing together his coup attempt. But that isn't why I asked you here. The situation is growing urgent for my people. We're aware your crucible is still missing a key component.
The catalyst. Do you know something?
Not exactly, but there is a artifact on our homeworld, Thessia, known only to highest levels of my government.
What is it?
With any luck, it's a means to help you locate the catalyst. The artifact is kept in a temple located at these coordinates. I've ordered a scientific team to meet you there.
If this artifact is so important, why keep it hidden?
Every species in the Citadel has its secrets, Commander. But this one, in the wrong hands, would upset the balance of galactic power.
The Reapers are doing that right now.
Which is why I'm bringing this to you.
I appreciate the help.
It's you who will be helping us. The matriarchs are growing desperate. For the first time in our history, Thessia is vulnerable. For all our intellect, we're outmatched by Reaper firepower.
I'll do what I can.
Whether you know it or not, you've become the sole ray of hope in a very dark night. Goddess be with you.
Right, so heading to Thessia. Exciting. Forgot how to run there for a minute. Used to Genshin Impact / Honkai Star Rail run controls. Okay, that just looks like a squabble around the embassies. Oh yeah, the Elcor ambassador here has tasked us to head to Dakuna at last. I don't know if it'll be available until after Thessia because it wasn't available before returning to the Citadel. I have scouted out the systems that did open up after clearing Priority Rannoch, and did find a couple artifacts that will probably drop off after Thessia, whether or not more systems open up to sweep. If more systems do open up, I'll probably do those on camera.
I'd like to request a transfer to a zone with Reaper, Sergeant.
And may I ask why you think your deployment deserves special treatment, Private?
Anything I missed? Because Trainer's been a little shaky about telling me whether or not I have messages ever since, well, happened. Alright, we now have the Athena Nebula. Celia Nebula has opened up at least. That is the Elcor home cluster. So, we will scan the Celia Nebula before heading to Thessia. We still have the Hourglass Nebula and the Nubian Expanse to open up. I believe those will be more Terminus Systems locations, and I'll probably open up after this. So for now, Celia Nebula. That will have the Code of the Ancients on Dakuna in the Fontes system, and the Rings of Elune on Nevos in the Teolia system as far as artifacts needed to retrieve for side missions. Okay, yes, nothing new out in... Yeah, Hades Nexus opened up after After what's-its-face, Priority Rannoch. Athena Nebula is already surveyed. So it is, we're going to survey Selian Nebula so that if we do run into Reaper presence before we get everything in the system, it can reset after Priority Thessia, and we can go back and get the remaining. Kyplodon, which was the system we did the fuel depot side mission on, already has been surveyed. There was this Dr. Jalise on the planet Hanalei. I will find Hanalei again to show you. This is Hanalei. This is where you get Dr. Jalise. Scan there and you're good. Now, let's head to Loropai first. We'll sort of do a clockwise sweep over, then to Nahula, then Fontes, then Teolia. So let's use 110 fuel to get to Loropai. Loropai is going to have the Armali sniper unit on Yazlium and fuel east of the star past the only orbit. Wreckage. There's our fuel. Let's see what this is wreckage of. The Asari once had enormous solar collectors around the bluish-white A0V star Loropai, using the star's considerable heat to create anti-protons for military starship fuel. Now all that can be detected is scrap. Reapers emerged from dark space near the Selian Nebula cluster and established a front in Loropai's system. The Asari fleet that guarded what used to be known as Espota Station cannot be found. It is scattered and destroyed. One can only hope that the backup reactors in the Kyplodon system do not fall, or the Asari fleet will have precious little fuel. Well, they almost fell. I wonder... Yes, that is Yazlium. Yeah.
Confirmed.
Or should we say Yas? That is Yaslium. Armali sniper unit. There we go. Alright, Reapers are aware we're here. There's our fuel. Get right on top of it, then scan. Wasted a little bit of fuel, but it's going to give us the top-up we need to get to the Nahuala system. The Nahuala system. That's a bit of a mouthful for any English speaker out there. And in the Nahuala system, we have the Ceres Guard on Hyatania and fuel southwest of star before asteroid belt. So there's our fuel location. Hyatania. We're not going to be able to get both of these in one scan, unfortunately.
I found something.
Reapers are aware of our activity. Let's pick up our... There's our Ceres Guard. At least there don't appear to be too many Reapers between here and the edge of the system. That is all that matters when it comes to evasion.
Faster than light, not successful.
And we evade the Reapers easily. You're going to be evading Reapers a few times, particularly if you're going into these systems blind without any sort of guide to assist. Fontes is the Elcor home system. Elcor flotilla on Olkan, Code of the Ancients on Dacuna, and fuel southeast of star before third orbit. Sangol, Olton, and Dacuna. Is Olkan another planet, or is that a typo? Lunamund, Taloon. That does appear to be a typo. We will be getting... We should be getting the Elcor flotilla Olkin should be Oltan on my sheet, just know it is Dakuna's moon. Here we are. That'll be our Elcor flotilla for us. How do Elcor fight, you ask? Well, when we asked that question to the Elcor ambassador, he replied somewhat shamefully with back-mounted and VI-operated heavy weapons, aka making them living tanks, and other less flattering nicknames, which is the exact wording of the Elcor ambassador, other less flattering nicknames. Since Dakuna is a homeworld, we will read its description. The Elcor homeworld Dakuna overflows with natural resources protected by law, from large deposits of precious metals to vast forests. The Elcor themselves live in rich grasslands near the equator. The majority of Dakuna's settlements are tucked within this belt, as the conservative Elcor feel little desire to build outside their comfort zone. Their twin capitals are for migrations from the wet season to the dry season, a tradition made obsolete by modern technology but still observed. After the destruction of the Elcor Navy, Reapers moved in their ground troops to occupy the cities. This has taken longer than most civilized worlds, as the Elcor have spread out into smaller, distant settlements, reflecting their preference for close-knit family communities instead of densely packed cities. Population 2.35 billion, population estimate is pre-invasion. Capitals Serun and Malvuon. Orbital distance 1.1 AU. Orbital period 1.1 Earth years. Radius 10,387 kilometers, much bigger than Earth. In fact, I think it's close to being considered a super Earth. Those are planets with at least twice the radius of Earth. Day length 68.4 Earth hours. Takes a long time for 10,000 kilometers to move around. And it's probably rotating a bit slower due to, well, the higher gravity pulling it inward. Atmospheric pressure 1.02 Earth atmosphere. Surface temperature averaging 29 Celsius. And surface gravity 4 times that of Earth. As such, the Elcor are considered a high-gravity species. Alright, Dakuna. Code of the Ancients. And Code of the Ancients. Okay, before we exit Dakuna, let's give a brush up on where the fuel is going to be. Southeast before the third orbit. Alright. First orbit is here, second orbit is here. Somewhere in this belt here. First, no Reapers are going to be blocking our escape. Here it is. There's more just due east, a little bit southeast. $175. That'll get us topped up.
Evasion successful.
No going back to Fontes. Now, Teolia for the rings. Teolia is going to have fuel for us. Rings of Elune on Nevos, 10k credits on Quirezia, and fuel east of star past third orbit. Quirezia and Nevos are fortunately right next to each other.
I found something.
Alright, let's start up the scanner. I believe this is going to be the rings, not the 10k. Yes, Rings of Elune. Start scanner on Quirezia. Show me the money. Okay, not much Reaper alertness from that. Past third orbit to the east is where the fuel is. And we found it. 375 units. That'll be good to top us up. for the trip back to the beginning of the system in Kyplodon, which is going to be quite the journey. We could stop up at a fuel depot, but we're just going to go do a mission and then head probably straight back to the Citadel to hand in the 4 artifacts. And probably also tell the ambassador that his men are safe. The remaining Elcor flotilla. In fact, before we actually go to Thessia, let's check and see exactly what we're wanted from the Elcor. Dacuna Elcor extraction. Search for survivors on Dacuna and rescue them if possible, and return to the Elcor ambassador. I do believe we got the flotilla for that. And the Elcor Code of the Ancients was recovered from Dacuna. Find someone on the Citadel who can use it. Priority Thessia. We did get the Obelisk of Karza and the Prothean Sphere from the Hades Nexus, which opened up after Proudy Rannoch. That's what it was. An Asari military trainer needs text from the Library of Asha. Okay, I think I already have this, because I have surveyed completely the Nimbus cluster. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be right back. I want to look up where to go exactly for each of those. And we're back, and I've actually decided we're going to do our Citadel scuttling before we go to Thessia, so I don't forget where everything is during the mission. Alliance docks.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
We have 1 in the Presidium Commons, 1 in the refugee camp, 1 in the hospital, 2 at Purgatory, and 1 in the embassies. So we're going to start at Purgatory. 2 stones, 1 bird.
We'll have a cab ready for you.
Hey, Elcor.
I recovered the Code of the Ancients from Dacuna. It's waiting for you in Bay D24.
With shock and joy. Really, this is wonderful news.
That's who you give the Code of the Ancients to.
Wait. You asked if I got heavy armor. I never said it was heavy armor.
And
I recovered some texts from the library in Reaper-controlled space. I can have them waiting for you at Bay D24 if that would help.
there's the Library of Asha recovered previously.
Thank you. Maybe that text will help Thessia remember how to fight again.
Elevator time.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination.
We'll go to the Commons. That'll be for the Obelisk of Karza. Then we'll go down to the refugee camp for the Prothean Sphere. Then we will head up to the
Now arriving
hospital
at
for
Commons.
the Rings of Elune. Yep, just did the Genshin Impact Honkai Star Rail run command again. That does not work here. So Star Rail's not out on PlayStation yet. Why am I still defaulting to PlayStation commands for it? Because I play on PC with a controller plugged in, so I like to be able to kick back when I'm playing and not have to be hunched over a keyboard. Ah, here's the researcher.
I've recovered the Obelisk of Karza. It's waiting for you in Bay D24.
You have? It's amazing. Thank you, Commander. That's going to help immeasurably with some very sensitive work.
Oh, I know it is.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination.
We're actually going to modify that to be hospital, docks, holding area, then embassies.
1 moment, please.
Or maybe even embassies before holding area, because I know where we're going in embassies. I don't remember where we got the Prothean sphere
Now arriving at Square
request
Campus
down on the holding area.
Excuse me. I recovered the rings of Elune. They're waiting in Bay D24.
That's wonderful. Thank you. My people will treat this miraculous find as a call to support their local hospitals.
Spectre status recognized.
Good for them.
Destination. 1
Embassies.
moment, please.
Yep, we're gonna go embassies because I know exactly where the L-Corps diplomat's standing. You guys know it too because we saw him as we were leaving Udina's office.
Arriving at Presidium Embassy.
We got your people off to Kuna, Ambassador.
Utterly sincere. Thank you for your assistance, Commander. This is not a debt we can repay.
Were you able to evacuate any civilians?
Yes,
How many?
not enough.
Like, not enough compared to what you would have wanted, or not enough to keep the species viable here, bro? Well, those are two different things.
Spectre status recognized. 1 moment, please.
Because not enough to keep the species viable is like, bad news bears for you guys.
Docking Bay E24. Emergency civilian housing.
We're particularly going to be sweeping people who are nearby, like, authority figures. Yeah, I have no idea where we're going for this guy. I just looked it up and saw a Citadel docking area. Didn't go any further because I don't want it to be too easy. Hey, Preacher Man. Hey, Kelly.
These refugees have no place to go.
Can't get through here because that stooped over Turian's blocking us.
Hey there.
Ah, shit.
And James still getting taken to the cleaners.
I found a Prothean sphere on Gay Hinnom. Contact the Alliance and tell them Commander Shepard asked them to pay you for it.
Yes, thank you. I'll call them right now. Come on.
And that is the sphere. And that should be, let's check our journal here real quickly. Yes, we now just have Citadel Cerberus Ciphers, which is on the last remaining N7 mission out in the galaxy. Citadel Shore Leave, and Proudy Thessia. We'll probably... I'm pretty sure that last N7 mission opens up after Thessia, so we will, we'll clear that up in probably in the same episode as the next main mission.
Spectre status recognized.
There are no more artifacts to recover in the galaxy as well, so I'll probably just do a pretty quick sweep
Now arriving
whenever
at
the
Docking
off
Bay
camera, whenever those
E24.
systems open up. I don't know, maybe they'll open up after Thessia so I can do a sweep of them while I'm uploading this episode. So now the time has come at last to for real head to Thessia. Athena Nebula. Locate secret artifact. And then after, not after Thessia, but after the next main mission is when we will finally go to Anderson's apartment and do the final DLC pack, or former DLC pack, as nothing is DLC in Legendary Edition. And the Asari homeworld has been called the crown jewel of the galaxy, the apex of democracy, and the beating heart of galactic love. Its republics have a remarkably low incidence of war, disease, violent crime, or famine, riding a stable economy backed by wealthy colonies and Thessia's vast Element Zero reserves. Traces of Ezo in the water and soil are so common that most life on Thessia has adapted to its presence. Thessia's fortunes have been upended by the Reaper assault. The communications infrastructure that forms the backbone of the society's e-democracies has been eliminated. Millions are without power, water, or food. A move to coerce the Asari into widespread surrender. This is a necessary part of the Reaper strategy, since husks alone have difficulty disarming or capturing a population full of biotics. Population 5.5 billion. Population orbital stations 33,000. Population estimates are pre-invasion. That's one thing about Thessia in particular, is for a species that has been spacefaring for thousands of years, 5.5 billion seems like a pretty small population for the homeworld. The galaxy as a whole, except for like human systems, seems pretty low population, so perhaps the galaxy was already in a little bit of a quote-unquote post-apocalyptic state after the cataclysmic events of the Rachni Wars and Krogan rebellions, as populations seem a lot lower than they probably should be for species that have been spacefaring for vast quantities of human history. Orbital distance 0.94 AU, orbital period 0.9 Earth years. Orbital radius or I guess it's supposed to be like planet radius, 5,940 kilometers, day length 27.6 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.96 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature averages 25 Celsius, and surface gravity of 1.1 G. Indicating higher density due to the smaller radius. We're somewhere in the 6,000 kilometer range. Like maybe 61 or 6,200, I don't remember quite off the top of my head.
He is under heavy Reaper attack. There's activity across most of the planet.
What about the temple? Can you raise the scientists?
Negative. All channels are scrambled across the spectrum. The mission's looking really dicey.
This is too important. It's now or never.
Shepard, that's my home down there. I have to go.
Then get to the shuttle, and let's do this.
Okay, Liara must accompany us, and we're gonna bring Javik along. I think you'll find out why when we get to the temple. Okay, our set is no longer messed up. L2. Let's give her the killer bee here. Javik, what are you using that piece of crap for? Alright, Jav. That's what you're getting. No level ups recently, so no more power points. Liara has been leveled up recently as well. Javik, however, has been out of the party for a while. Increase the force of his slams. Increase the force of his slams. Increase the recharge speed of his slams. Duration of the pull. Duration of the pull. Damage over time from the pull. Two pull projectiles. That is Javik. Done.
Liara, do you have anything more on this artifact?
These coordinates the counselor gave you are for the Temple of Athame. My mother took me there once. It's several thousand years old. And for some reason, it has classified government funding.
Sounds like we're on the right trail.
What if we're too late? My people are dying down there.
Your empathy is a weakness. You must numb yourself to loss.
Thessia took you to this temple?
I was just a child. I thought it was a history lesson, but now, maybe there was more to it.
What do you mean?
I went digging through her old files. She had heavily encrypted records on this place, some dating back centuries. I still can't crack most of them. Whatever's going on, it's well hidden.
I've studied your old mission reports. Your mother was indoctrinated.
Yes, we had to kill her.
Yet it did not stop you from fighting. As I said, steel yourself. Many more lives will be lost.
We can't ignore that people are dying. The Reapers may not have mercy, but we do.
It is their indifference that gives them power.
Then let's show them there's another way.
This can't be happening. My home.
There's no time to mourn. We're exposed up here.
Let's get down.
You must be Commander Shepard! I can't feel it. Lieutenant! Running out of ammunition.
Yeah, I am Commander Shepard. Just shut up and let me scavenge.
I can't end up like this. This is Task Force Pandora, requesting reinforcements at Quad 091. Situation urgent. I'm getting weaker. Just hang in there. I can't.
Commander, we heard...
The barrier's been breached. Commander, we'll talk later. Get on that gun up there and do some damage.
I could get up on that gun, or I could be the gun.
Enemy targets on the bridge. Hold them back. More on the way. Keep firing.
Another Brutalisk.
Enemy targets on the bridge. Hold them back.
I want that gunship prepped and in the air.
Plug that hole.
We're on it! Someone get me a location on our snipers!
Yes, ma'am.
Commander, I'm Lieutenant Curran. We've been told to expect you. My orders are to hold this grid at all costs.
Shore up the barrier.
But our perimeter's collapsing, and I'm getting my people out of here.
This is important. We need your help.
Well, unless you can give me a good reason to stay, we're not dying for a field of rubble.
What exactly were you told about me?
Nothing but your name. Mission details were classified, which just means we'll die without knowing why.
I know what that's like, but you have to trust the chain of command.
We're not even sure the chain still exists. So what are we doing here?
We're after a relic inside the temple. It's important.
That's what this is all about? One of our outposts has been trying to reach the scientists over there, but we lost contact.
Get that gunship moving now.
I'm sorry, Commander. If your relic has lasted this long, it can wait a little longer. I've lost enough people today. I'm pulling the rest of them out.
No! I sense you're the lineage of a leader. A warrior's skill and cunning. They are strong in your genes. But you've grown tired of war. You're exhausted by defeat, and now you worry you don't have the courage left to go on.
By the goddess, are you...
Find your resolve. This war can end if you do.
We're building a Prothean superweapon. It will win this war.
I believe it.
This is Lieutenant Curran. Hold your positions. I want a path carved to the temple. Outpost Tychus, we've got people coming your way. Let's make sure the galaxy knows the war was won on Thessia. Make it count.
I was here years ago to see the city burning like...
Yeah, Liara. Something tells me the war is not going to be won on Tychus, though, or on Thessia, though. You know, by the multiple missions we still have left after this.
This has to end.
Draw strength from your anger. It will keep you alive.
Remember that, because here they come.
Alright, Marauder shields.
Then move! Get off the bridge!
Wait, was there anything on said bridge? Oh, looks like a no.
On that building, we've got fire support.
Watch the edges!
They're going up against a harvester, though, so, Okay. More cannibals. We haven't seen any Rachni since Tuchanka, knock on wood. We got Rachni pods here, so let's hope that's all they have left. I heard what sounds like a banshee. Yep. We're gonna risk it. For the biscuit. Biscuit risked it. Or should I say we got the biscuit?
Before more of them come back.
There's a ramp here, Shepard. Might be our way through.
Yeah, I saw these and like, let's hope these are the only Rachni things left in the Reaper arsenal. Granted, our next priority type mission after Priority Tuchanka, though, well, our next two actually were non-Reaper related.
We should move. The scientists may not live long.
At least for the basic enemies. Yeah, Javik, I'm making sure we aren't leaving a trail of baby spiders behind us.
We should move. The scientists may not live long.
Yeah, Javik, you're sounding like a broken record. The scientists are already dead, probably.
I still can't face those things. My own people.
When we fought the Reapers, they turned our own children against us.
I can't imagine that.
They assumed we would hesitate to kill them.
Did you?
What answer would you prefer?
None. Let's stop talking about this.
Above us!
Seen one for the first time. My people have stopped believing in devils. They changed their minds when the Reapers arrived.
Sorry, snipers, fortunately.
No sign of her yet. What's your situation? Enemy forces have tripped. Wait, Shepard
The Widow, the standard Widow.
Now that you're here, as long as it takes. Can you really win this war? We get to that temple and the Reapers are history. Then grab some gear over there if you need it, and let's do some damage.
Been a while since we fought conventionally.
This is the kill zone.
Nice shot. Don't let up. You hit one. Going to cover. Got one.
Get out of here, Mr. Marauder, first name Shields.
I think we're in the clear. Let's get out of here. Toward the Reaper. It's a way out of here.
You have an interesting concept of escape.
No choice.
That'll max us.
This nightmare never ends.
The hell it won't. We get to this artifact and we can all wake up.
50,000 years later.
Watch it!
We're trying to reach Outpost Tychus.
You're looking at it.
What about the rest of your squad?
They're all dead. We tried punching through to the scientists, but I'm all that's left.
What about reinforcements?
We had gunships flying support, but they just got too hot with that Reaper. They can't chance it.
I know it's rough, but I don't see another way in without their help.
Have I told you how much I hate this war? Talon Swarm, this is Outpost Tychus. Is there anybody left on this frequency? We're in need of immediate air support. Commander Shepard is here.
Copy, this is Talon 1. I'm on the way. Talon 5 inbound. Ground targets confirmed. Weapons are hot. Light them up.
Oh look, Rachni.
Talon 1, watch the jamming. Target acquired. I'm hit. The stabilizer blew out. This is Talon 5. Whatever you're gonna do, you better do it now.
Go, Commander! I'll cover you from here.
Commander Shepard, I've
Right,
got your
Banshee time.
Let's get you into that temple.
Okay, Marauder shields. Give us that top up we need. Ravager. Been a while since we've gone toe to toe with one of you.
Looks like he knows what he's doing.
Maybe the Alliance can spring for air support.
I think we could manage that.
Move! Now's our chance! Watch out, more hostiles ahead.
Commander, more of the dead are attacking.
Bogey incoming, hang tight while I shake him.
Okay, husks dealt with. Well, at least we know that this is probably the tail end of the Reaper's Arachni forces. Harvester.
The Reapers have air support too. We need that pilot back.
Keep your head down and give them everything you've got.
Double harvester is what's going to make this take forever.
There she is.
You're almost there, Commander. Keep it up. I'm in trouble. My shields just took damage. Talon 5 going down. Repeat, Talon 5. Ah!
Harvesters are leaving at least. That's a good sign. Maybe.
So much sacrifice. We have to make it worth something.
I don't think that's possible at this point.
Looks like we're in the clear. Let's get inside.
Let me take a look. It's military-grade encryption. I think I can override it.
Do religion and military always mix among Asari?
No, this is unusual. Especially since few still follow the Athame doctrine.
Hello? Is anyone there?
2 metagel only.
Your scientists should be here.
Take a look around. Maybe one of these artifacts is what we're looking for. How about this?
A page from one of our earliest religious texts, the Athame Codex. Doesn't look promising. It describes how Athame taught our ancestors mathematics.
How pleasant.
Doesn't look useful. That's Janiri, Athame's guide who brought enlightenment to Thessia long ago.
And you don't see the resemblance? He was no servant of an imaginary goddess. He was Prothean.
What? That's impossible.
The truth is right there, carved in stone. I find it strange your scientists would abandon their own planet.
They wouldn't.
You get similar interactions if you bring any squad mate other than Liara after him rescuing Javik, but if you have not rescued Javik, you will not get any hints that the statues here are of Protheans.
What about this one?
Another page from the Codex. I doubt this is it. It describes Lucen, Athame's guide who taught our ancestors about the stars.
If you wish to believe he was an angel, continue doing so. But you're wrong.
Could this be the artifact?
I don't think so. That's a sculpture of Lucen, one of Athame's servants who walked among my ancestors, bestowing knowledge.
He was no servant of an imaginary goddess. He was Prothean.
Another page from the Codex. Not very useful. It talks about a Thames guide granting us the gift of biotics as a reward for worshipping her.
And if the guide was Prothean, what then?
I don't want to think about it.
What are we looking at here?
A primitive rendition of the goddess Athame. She's speaking to her ancient Asari followers. I don't think this is the artifact.
Another one of your myths that somehow looks Prothean.
What? But...
I'm guessing these are the scientists.
Yep. Pretty strong guess.
What are we looking at here?
A primitive rendition of the goddess Athame. She's speaking to her ancient Asari followers. I don't think this is the artifact.
Another one of your myths that somehow looks Prothean.
What? But... that can't be.
Their throats.
What happened to them?
They've been slit. The Reapers didn't do this. We're going to have to figure this out on our own.
Who's that supposed to be?
The goddess Athame herself. It's a relic of the old faith.
Then why does Athame speak Prothean?
What do you mean?
There is something here. I can sense it.
In this temple? I admit it is strange this place has been so well preserved. Though Athame does have great historical significance, we once believed our gods were separate from the world, looking down on us. There is a universal energy.
Ah! There's a Prothean beacon here.
What? You're sure?
It's not something you forget.
But why hide it?
The answer is obvious. Power and influence. Your people are holding the knowledge of my race for their own gain.
That can't be. I can't believe my people would keep this a secret.
A beacon like this could explain why Asari are so advanced.
This temple is thousands of years old. Time enough to make serious progress.
That doesn't make it true.
Even a small amount of data would give your species an edge. Or are you insulted that your government didn't involve you?
The Mars ruins are where humanity got Mass Effect technology.
And we learned of it from the ruins of the Inusanum, the race that came before us. It was our secret for centuries.
Well, if it is true, the Asari should have shared this knowledge. We might not have been in this mess if they had.
You don't know that, Shepard. We don't know what's going on here.
I know we don't have much time to find out.
The few records I can access talk about tapping into Prothean data streams, reconstructing matrices, none of which I see here.
I do. The activation process has begun.
By the goddess. Literally.
Look around. There must be more of these connections.
Incredible. The beacon seems to think you're Prothean, Shepard. It must be the cipher you got back on Pharos years ago. No connection here.
The end of the war is near. Find what we need, finish the Crucible, and...
Doesn't look like a connection.
Now I just gotta sniff out these connections. Another one?
I'd say that one counts.
That isn't what we need.
I think it's in one of these at least.
This isn't a connection.
Oh, we didn't even go over and interact with this one the first time.
There is nothing useful here.
I can't believe it.
It's gaining power. It's still not complete. This confirms the Asari owe your superiority to my people.
And you owe the Mass Effect relays to the Reapers. How did that turn out?
So you do bite. Good. We'll need that.
Looks like there's one more to be found. I don't know what's going on here.
There has to be another one around here.
Ah, these.
Yes. Keep looking.
It's probably gonna be the shield.
This doesn't appear to be a connection. We should keep searching.
Yep, shield.
The activation is complete. We can access the beacon now.
Let's go access the Prothean bacon.
We need to hurry. This place isn't going to... last very long.
Obtaining chronological marker. Hold. Timescale established. Post-Prothean cycle confirmed.
One of our computers.
Reaper presence detected. This galactic cycle has already reached its extinction terminus. Systems shutting down.
Hold on.
We need answers.
To what question?
The catalyst. We need to know what it is to finish the Crucible.
A memory of one of my people.
I am called Vendetta, an advanced virtual construct of Patrick Van, overseer of the project you refer to as Crucible. He died fighting the Reapers in the Battle of Tranvia 9. Your remaining time is also at an end.
Were all Protheans so grim?
What happened to the Crucible in your time? Why didn't the Protheans deploy it?
We were sabotaged from within. A splinter group argued we should dominate the Reapers rather than destroy them. It fractured our order of battle. Later, we discovered the Separatists were indoctrinated.
I always suspected as much.
And now we're facing the same problem.
Our studies of past ages led us to believe that time is cyclical. Many patterns repeat.
Like the Reaper attacks.
And beyond, the same peaks of evolution, the same valleys of dissolution. The same conflicts are expressed in every cycle, but in a different manner. The repetition is too prevalent to be merely chance.
We assumed the Reapers were responsible for the pattern.
Perhaps, though I believe the Reapers are only servants of the pattern. They are not its master.
So who is the master?
Unknown. Its presence is inferred rather than observed. The only certainty is its intention. Galactic annihilation. You now stand at that precipice.
There's still hope for this cycle. We need to know what the catalyst is. Trillions of lives are at risk.
Trillions of lives are always at risk. But if the Reapers have arrived to end your cycle, this discussion is too late.
We can break this cycle. We found your plans for the Crucible. We're building it right now.
The Crucible is not a Prothean design. It is the work of countless galactic cycles stretching back millions of years. Each cycle adds to it. Each improves upon it. Thus far, none have successfully defeated the Reapers with it.
Then we'll be the first. Tell us what the catalyst is.
Listen to the human. She can be trusted.
I detect you are one of us. You are Prothean.
The last. I am the final hope to avenge our people.
Your mission was known to me. Do you believe this present cycle can deliver retribution?
They have earned the right to try.
Tell us what we need to know.
Very well. If you have followed the plans for the Crucible, I will interface with your systems and assist with the catalyst too. Indoctrinated presence detected. Activating security protocol.
You killed the scientists. What do you want?
Your attention. Someone would like to talk with you.
Shepard.
How did you find this place?
The archives. Or did your shadow broker miss that one?
Show yourself. I promise I won't miss.
Stick to your talents, Dr. D'Soni. You've helped uncover the key to subjugating the Reapers.
Or destroying them.
Damn it, Shepard. Destroying the Reapers gains us nothing.
How about peace?
They're just trying to control us. Think about it. If they wanted all organic life destroyed, they could do it. There would be nothing left.
What the hell are you talking about?
I know them, Shepard. I know how they think.
I think you've gotten a little too close to the enemy.
No. I'm saying they've got it right. Why kill when you can control?
You've been spending too much time with the enemy. They're dragging you over to their side, their way of thinking.
No, I just see things differently.
If you truly care about humanity, you'll stop fighting me. You'll join me.
Don't ever question my intentions. I've sacrificed more for humanity than you'll ever know. And don't assume you know me. My methods for dealing with the Reapers are simply more refined than yours.
You've forgotten everything you stood for. Cerberus was supposed to be humanity's sword, not a dagger in our back.
Poetic, but as usual, you miss the point. The world is more gray than you care to admit.
With the Prothean data in this beacon, I can end this conflict once and for all. You're either with me or against me. There's nothing gray about that.
No, I suppose there isn't. Leng, the commander has something I need. Please relieve her of it. And then bring me the data.
Understood.
Worst plotline in the whole game right here.
You're slower than I imagined, Shepard.
Liara dirt napping already.
I've been hit! Cover me while I recharge!
Copy! Commander, the gunship!
Get to cover!
I've got this!
You're gonna get hit again, Lang.
I need to recharge! Cover me!
The gunship's taking up position!
We just gotta do this enough times until the fight decides that Lang gets to arbitrarily win.
Shepard is mine now. You've had your fun now, Shepard.
Oh, have I? I'm just getting started.
There's only one way this ends. Target the supports. Cerberus thanks you for all your hard work.
Shepard! Hang on!
This is Shepard. Give us your location.
I repeat, is anyone on this frequency?
We read you. Give me your
The lieutenant's down. Our whole zone is collapsing. What happened to Shepard? Did they make it to the temple? I saw them. Wait, I've got a Reaper inbound. Please, is anybody there? Oh, goddess. No!
And at that point in the game, the only thing keeping Lang alive is plot armor, because we are more than overpowered enough to take him down.
Commander?
Counselor? The mission...
We've lost contact with Thessia. It's gone dark.
How soon will the Crucible be ready to deploy?
Counselor, I wish the news was better. We didn't get the information.
What happened?
Cerberus was there. We were defeated. We don't know how to finish the Crucible.
I don't know what to say. What was the situation on Thessia?
Deteriorating fast. The Reapers are there in strength.
Then you'll excuse me. There are preparations to make. Continuity of civilization to consider. I never thought this day would come.
None of us did. Sorry.
Asari forces are in full retreat. It is no longer safe for us to remain in this system.
Get us out of here.
Shepard. Nobody could have predicted Cerberus would reach Thessia before us.
It's my job to be prepared, no matter what. And now Thessia's lost, as is the data on the catalyst. I'm sick of Cerberus beating us to the punch.
Let's kick them in the balls first for a change.
I'm with James. Anyone know where they're hiding? Anyone?
Well, there is something.
Let's hear it, Trainer.
I was able to track Kai Leng's shuttle through the relay and extrapolate his destination. But the signal disappeared in the Yera system.
Naturally.
It's not just gone, though. The signal is being actively blocked.
How?
I'm not sure, but something is interfering with all signal activity in that region of space.
Commander, the Yera system is home to Sanctuary and little else. Sanctuary is a supposed safe haven for war refugees.
You think it's worth checking out, Trainer?
Yes, Mom, I do.
If Specialist Trainer hadn't examined the data so astutely, the interference would have been undetectable.
Nice work, Trainer. You've given us a shot. Now let's make sure we don't waste it.
I was stationed on Horizon in the Yera system. You were the only Cerberus presence while I was there. It's a slim lead. Let's hope it's the right one.
I don't care how slim the leads are at this point. We've come too far to let Cerberus stop us. I want that Prothean data. I want the catalyst. No excuses. Dismissed.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Alright, let's talk to Anderson then.
Shepard, I heard about Thessia.
We were so close, Anderson. So damn close to ending this war.
You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
I knew going in there wouldn't be a minute of this war that was easy. But watching Thessia fall, and knowing it was my responsibility.
Shepard, you know how many times I got my ass handed to me over the years? Surviving the first contact war back in the day was a goddamn miracle. They said I was a hero. I just felt lucky to get out alive. So maybe Kai Lang did beat you. What of it?
It could cost us the war.
These guys in the Resistance, they know it's a losing proposition. They know the chances of seeing tomorrow are slim to none. But we all signed up anyway. Hell, I'm sitting in London right now staring at rubble. I was born here. And it's looking like I might die here too. So I say point us at the Reapers and we'll take our chances.
You'll make it, Anderson. And when this is all over, you can show me London.
It might need a new coat of paint first.
This'll be over soon.
It better. Shake this off, Shepard.
I will.
Anderson out.
Okay. Let's see war assets here. Okay, we are now above our total military strength needed. Alien has been updated with the L-Corps Flotilla. And the Citadel Defense Force has had some changes. Alliance Engineering Corps has been updated. Alliance First Fleet has been updated. Alliance Fifth Fleet has been updated. We've been finding some Alliance ships on some of these planets that are now able to return to their fleets. Sorry, Sixth Fleet, I believe, has been, yes, updated. Armali Sniper Unit, Saris Guard. Oh, there was something that didn't quite get checked off in the Asari. Yeah, the Saris Guard didn't quite get cleared there. Geth have been updated with the good press. Yeah, so Thessia isn't really a war asset winner. But we got our main Asari assets after saving the Council for the second time on the Citadel.
Not after we took down that Reaper on Rannoch. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's no way we could have stopped every Reaper on Thessia. The Asari should have jumped in earlier.
Commander, Cerberus has attacked a comm facility on Ontaron. I've updated the galaxy map.
Evacuating Thessia from Asari Military Command. And we have received the signal for the next Cerberus place. Let's go see where that is, then we'll talk to a couple squaddies. For no longer being safe to remain in the system and telling Edie to get us out of here, we sure have remained in the system. Okay, Athena Nebula, Nimbus Cluster, Minos Wasteland. There's the Hourglass Nebula opened up. Yes, Hourglass Nebula. Shadow Sea for Investigate Sanctuary. Kepler Verge, let's see. Nubian Expanse is what we're looking for as well. Nubian Expanse. I want to say there are no war assets in the Kepler Verge. Yeah, I'm not seeing Kepler Verge anywhere on my list. So yeah, just Hourglass Nebula and Nubian Expanse left. I'll do those off camera because there's no artifacts there. But we will be going to the Kepler Verge and Shadow Sea in the next episode. Let's exit the relay and the galaxy map for now and see what in particular Liara and Javik have to say about things.
This wasn't your fault.
It's not about fault. I was supposed to stop them.
You will.
I don't know if I can do this, Tali. Earth, Palaven, Thessia. I'm risking everything to build the Crucible, and I'm not even sure what it does. Who am I to make that call?
You're the one who was right, all along. You fought when no one else would, when nobody else believed you. You can do this. I know you can.
Thanks, Tali.
Dr. Tassoni has gone to speak with the Prothean.
No new upgrades since last time. Ah, here's what I was looking for. Next time you want to warn me that the Geth are our friends and that maybe we're not supposed to shoot the big robots, I almost pissed myself when these primes started dropping out of the sky and mopping up the Reapers. We fired a few rounds at them until we realized they weren't firing back. Then this one comes over and said they're allied assistants and asks for our status. I'm not complaining, they saved my crew. But I'm never living down having to apologize to a Geth for shooting one of its damn lights off. That's a result of the fighter squadrons that we took down and turned into primes for us. Garrus is here.
Any word from your family?
They made it off Palaven. It was tight, but they're okay.
We'll take every scrap of good news we can get.
Wish I had more, though.
Why?
I just had to make a tough call with the Primarch. He said our fleets are being decimated, so I advised him to cease all offensive operations against the Reapers.
A full retreat?
The only way to save Palaven now is to hold our ships back for the Crucible. But if I'm wrong, then a lot of other Turian families won't be as lucky as mine.
That's a hell of a gamble. No other options?
If there are, I can't see them. It all comes down to the Crucible now.
And ruthless calculus.
How are you holding up, Shepard? This all has to be taking a toll.
There's only so much fight in a person. Only so much death you can take
before your friend picks you up, dusts you off, and tells you you're the best damn soldier he's ever met. We'll get through this. We always do.
Alright, Garrus, good on you. Proximity mine available in the med bay. Absolute, do not care about that whatsoever. Proximity mine is really the only thing on Garrus's skill tree that I haven't even touched. Other than, like, giving him proximity mine. There's Ashley.
I'm sorry, Shepard. You alright?
I'm fine.
Liara?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll talk to her.
Thanks. This isn't something she should deal with by herself.
Same goes for you.
Sure.
Anyone over in the gambling side of things? Nope. We'll go to Javik and Liara last. Anything new, Cortez?
Ma'am.
Nope. Yeah, no need to go on the weapon bench. Plenty of credits we've gotten. I'm pretty sure that's our last round of credits there. Black Widow. Fully upgraded for those who can use it and will be using it.
Hey, for what it's worth, I know how it feels to lose like that. I know that doesn't make it easier, but you're just human like the rest of us.
If you're trying to make me feel better, it's not working, Lieutenant.
Hey, everyone on this ship knows you did all you could. You need to cut yourself some slack. Whatever it takes to get that data back from Cerberus. We're behind you. Whatever it takes to end this.
Noted.
Now, let's go see what the living fossil and the living fossil researcher are up to.
Those were all lies back there.
They were not.
My people weren't animals for your kind to experiment on.
You wanted to know more about your history, Asari. Now you do.
I have a name. It's Liara Tassoni, and I'd appreciate you using it from now—
Hey! Settle down.
My home was just destroyed, and all he can do is gloat.
Given what's happened today, I think you owe Liara an apology, Javik.
Apologize for the truth?
For not doing more. You're a Prothean. You were supposed to have all the answers. How could you not stop this from happening?
We believed you would. Long ago, we saw the potential in your people. Even then, it was obvious. The wisdom, the patience. You were the best hope for this cycle. So you were guided when necessary.
Well, it didn't work.
You're still alive, aren't you? Your world may have fallen, but as long as even one Asari is left standing, the fight isn't over.
I guess that goes for Protheans, too.
Despair is the enemy's greatest weapon. Do not let them wield it. Liara to Sony.
That was unexpected. Thank you.
We still need her talents. If grief overcomes her, she will be lost to us.
So did you actually mean what you said?
Does it matter?
Liara's been a good friend to me. It matters.
Then I will tell you what you want to hear. I meant what I said.
Carry on.
Okay, that was that. Anything else out of him?
It was good to see another of my kind, even if he was just a ghost. One more Prothean fights the Reapers. If there is to be victory in this war, it will be for all cycles. The living will avenge the dead. And do not concern yourself with Thessia's fate, Commander. The loss of a planet is insignificant next to the loss of the galaxy.
I suppose we'll go pay the Abomination a visit.
Have you found your story on Thessia yet?
No. I'm trying to word it right. Commander.
Get off my ship. What did Joker and Edie have to say about this absolute fluster cluck of an expedition?
Cerberus is gonna have a hard time recruiting now. So Thessia, huh? I guess the Asari are wishing they had fewer dancers and more commandos right about now. Too soon?
In case you hadn't noticed, we just lost a few million people. This isn't the time.
You see this? Tiptree. Little colony out in the ass end of nowhere. My dad lives there. So does my sister. Reapers rolled in about 2 weeks ago. So you can assume that I'm generally aware there's a war on, Commander.
So why the jokes?
Because Edie says that according to your armor's metabolic scans, you're under more stress now than during the Skillian Blitz. Like more than Elysium, where it was pretty much you versus 10,000 Batarians trying to kill you. And the last time I had a briefing with Anderson, he told me to take care of you. The guy leading the resistance on Earth is worried about you. And I'm supposed to help.
I appreciate the thought, Joker, but I'm fine.
The hell you are. You're like half robot at this point. No offense, Edie. And it's my fault. When the Collectors blew up the first Normandy, you died because I wouldn't leave. Because you had to come back for me.
I couldn't leave the best pilot in the fleet behind, could I?
Yeah, well, I guess that would have looked bad on your report.
Come on. We got work to do.
Shepard, I have a question about human behavior.
This isn't the best time, Edie.
Perhaps humor? A penguin is driving through the Arizona desert.
I'm not in the mood.
A lively rendition of La Marseillaise?
No.
Very well. I will maintain a respectful silence until you indicate otherwise.
All right. Anything you want to add to this?
Thanks for listening, Commander.
You're worth listening to.
And now I'm blushing.
You do that fairly regularly.
In any event, good luck.
Yeah, because we're going to need it. Thank you all for watching. I've been Commander Whale. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Doesn't really matter too much at this point, but it's still a good thing to do. But until next time, the time has come to say, bye, papaya.